Okay, guys, how's it going? And welcome to round number 4 of the ARG Circuit Series here in beautiful Hartford, Connecticut. Team Wars. Super excited. So your left player, the blue player, is Chris Rodriguez playing a SS3 Goku. SS3 Goku's out of frame right now, but we'll get him in there. But that's okay. Again, guys, we got some new overlays on here. G just destroying it, making it look amazing. Then we have Danny Hype on the right, KTM A team player here, playing Xeno Trunks. And this is a deck that's our team has been testing quite a bit. Really like the way it works. We played, right now, really favor a lot of the black leaders just in general, man. They're all pretty good, as it turns out. Really enjoy Xeno Trunks. I'm sure you guys have seen John playing Mira as well. So, yeah, really like them a lot. So here we go. Everything's starting out. It looks like Chris Rodriguez got a pretty good start. And actually, it looks kind of like that Chris is playing Apes, which should be a pretty decent matchup for Danny. I'm not too good with the Xeno Trunks deck. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to play it too much. I played like 2 games yesterday just for fun with the deck. I won both games, as it turns out, which was pretty good. But the deck feels very powerful. But it does have access to Bardock, which is a good way to deal with Apes after the sideboard. So that is something that Danny could have in the sideboard, which is pretty cool. So here we go, getting the things in frames here for you guys. Also, if you guys have any questions, let me know at ARG Live in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer your question as soon as also. Danny always playing against the meta, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, guys, sorry for the AFK thing last round, too. We worked on the overlays a lot, trying to get the stream looking a little bit better for you guys. We also had an issue coming up, issue came up as well with the phone situation, which we did investigate and did look into. And as it turns out, the table judge confirmed that the player actually accepted the call after the match was over. So that's all taken care of. We got that resolved. We got some new overlays looking a lot better. I mean, gosh, they look amazing. Like I said, G just a freaking wizard when it comes to overlays. Yeah, M2, very powerful card. Again, it's a card that our team is very excited about. We have it in almost all of our decks. Very powerful. Yeah, here we go. Again, I think Danny has a good matchup game 2 and 3 with the Bardock package. SS3 Goku has no way to really interact with that, which is really good. But we'll see what happens. We'll see definitely what happens. All right, so we have everything kind of set up here. Everything's looking good. All right, pass over to Chris's turn. 3 energy. Getting ready to play down his 4th energy. Does look like he has March in hand. Yep, there it is.
It's the new meta, right?
Yeah, Apes very good. Apes have always been good. SS3, yet again on stream. We have it every stream. Every match has that SS3 in it.
It's the new Frieza.
The new Frieza. Chris does have to do his triggers here, so we'll see if he decides to. Yep, I think Danny is. So 20k critical. Danny is going to negate. 20k critical coming in again. Let's see what Danny decides to do here. He's on a combo with Mass Saiyan to keep it alive here. So do Mass Saiyan plus a card. I remember what Danny's wanting to do here with this black red Trunks deck is he's wanting to stay as high as life as he can for the entire course of the game. And he's wanting just to ping you down with powerful attackers. And then what's going to happen is once he does that, he'll Xeno and reset the game. So. No, he did not resolve Vegeta auto. I think he just decided not to. All right, so we'll see what Danny decides to do here. Good thing for Danny right here, though, is Chris does not have Planet Vegeta, so he actually can pressure these Apes if he wants. Danny can, take some time here to pressure the Apes. He could just ignore them altogether, just let the Xeno take care of them. All right, here comes down Legic. Bodyguard Legic. Danny's taking his time here. Make sure he attacks the right order here. Attacking for 10k into the leader. Unfortunately, cannot see Chris's life, so I have no idea where he's at in life total-wise here. And he's going to use M2 to lower his power down to 10, so it's 10k and a 10k here. It's a good thing about this deck, though. Xenotrux doesn't need to actually awaken. Doesn't need to awaken at all. He can actually just pressure you with M2 and his leader, and he draws off that attack as well. So it's really, really powerful. As you see, like, Danny's unawakened Xenotrunks got a super combo out. All right, Danny's going to play the 4-cost Trunks here. Very powerful. Arguably the best card in the game right now. Our team has been talking about it quite a lot, and I actually think this card is probably one of the best, if not the best card in the game. Very powerful. 20k double strike Overrealm. And Danny is going to pressure one of the apes with it. And Chris is going to negate. Chris does have a Planet Vegeta in hand. Interesting. Right, so passing back to Chris's turn here. So what Chris puts down here is energy. A lot of options in his hand. Gonna go with Champa. Interesting energy choice. It's off color for Chris, but more importantly, it lets Danny know that Champa's in the deck. So now Danny will be able to play around that. He'll be like, okay, you know what? You have an energy open. Maybe I should counter this attack I otherwise wouldn't, or, you know, pay more attention, combo a little bit more aggressively. So interesting energy choice by Chris. All right, here comes SS3 Goku in 15k into 10k. See if Danny decides to block here. I think he's just going to take this one. He does have the ability to stop it with his combo, though, but I think he's wanting to stop these. He's wanting to stop these critical attacks, if possible. Danny's going to use the super combo to keep the blocker alive. All right, so now Chris is attacking 15k into 15k. Gohan into Legic here. And Danny's wisely going to let that die. I agree with this play a lot. Here's 20k critical, and Danny's just going to negate. Chris is almost assuredly going to play this Planet Vegeta out. He needs to really reset these Vegetas if possible. Yes, he's running red, blue, black Xenotrunks. Chris taking his time. I'm trying to figure out why Chris is delaying playing this Planet Vegeta out. Maybe he just is waiting till he, you know, a more later in the game so he can kind of figure out exactly what card he wants to tutor for. But in this matchup, there's really not that many options. So I think it's really important to get your blockers to untap. That's going to force a Zeno by Danny. All right, there's Planet Vegeta. Okay, there it comes. Probably get the King Vegeta 3 drop, my guess. I don't see one in his hand. But again, I can't see his hand very clearly, so it's possible that he has one in there. Otherwise, just the red combo card is also very good. This the Unbreakable Will Goku, the red one. Yeah, and there's the 3-drop King Vegeta. And he's just going to play it. Okay, this means next turn, Chris can actually evolve and give all of his apes barrier. So this would be a good turn, I think, for Danny to possibly think about Zenoing if possible. It resets the board quite a bit by his opponent. Danny has to be careful here. There's the reset. So Danny does have Zeno in hand. I think the second card there is Chain Attack. Like I said, Danny has to be very careful, though. He wants the Zeno, but he has to make sure he Zenos profitably, too. He can't just Zeno to Zeno. Also, Danny is known to do a lot of Sensu Bean shenanigans when it comes to this play as well. So it's possible he could play like Kaba. Double strike with Kaba. Play 2-cost Trunks, attack with that. Play Sensu, untap the 2 red, then tap the 2 red, and play out Chain Attack Trunks Evolve on top of that. Just to try to get as much damage as he can. Ideally, Danny wants to awaken after the Zeno. Let's see what he tries to do here. So it looks like he might just be going... Danny with a lot of super combo potential in hand, too. Looks like he has 2 Unbreakables in hand. Yeah, there's Chain Attack. Into Zeno. Okay. All right, here we go. Players are shuffling it up. Like I said, very good Zeno by Danny. It was necessary, and it just kind of resets SS3, you know, the 8 player. Now the problem with this is, in my opinion, Apes is one of the most resilient decks to Zeno, because he can draw into March and Apes, and then just recover immediately next turn. So it's very possible that he can reset off of this. It doesn't look like he did do that, but it is possible. Where most decks are kind of dead in the water. Like once they build up a board and use Zeno, like it takes them turns to build back up. You know, Apes can build back in a turn. Okay, he's just going to combo with that. And Danny's passing back. Don't see any overwhelm cards that turn. Again, Zeno Trunks can be a very devastating deck once it Zenos. Okay, so here he's going to fish for... My guess here would be probably like a Vegeta, a Bardock, you know, some sort of ape. I can't see if he has March in hands, but if he does or doesn't, there's a Vegeta. Yeah, he wants to set his hand up with apes so he can start rebuilding. Those apes are not only pressure, but they're also defense, which is, you know, needed against Danny. I can't quite see all of Danny's life, but it looks like Danny is still at 6 life, which, again, is what this deck wants to do. It just wants to Zeno you. All right, so here comes SS, what appears to be into Zeno. Draws a Gohan. Good draw by Chris. And there's March. Into 2 apes. And draws Unbreakable. Good draws here by Chris. He has, again, 2 Unbreakables in hands and a Piccolo. It's going to be hard for Danny, I think, to fight through these 2 apes again. He does have it in hand, though. So what is important to note, though, is Danny can actually, he does have Chain Attack in hand. So Danny can actually, if he can Overwhelm, he can actually Overwhelm the Zeno away and then get it back with Trunks Awaken, and then just do it again. Just Chain Attack into Trunks again, into Zeno again, and just reset the board again. Which is really important because Chris cannot get his Marches back. He can get his Apes back, but he can't get his Marches back. And I think with the way Danny is playing this right now, this is probably what he's going to do. Because he's dumping his hand so he gets value. Yeah, so my guess here is he's going to do some sort of awakening. again, can't quite see his hand. Yeah, so here's the awakening play. Absolutely what's going to happen here. He's going to awaken with Trunks, get Zeno out, and then chain attack and Zeno again. Now, this is a very interesting choice by Chris. Has a very interesting choice here, because if he blocks this Mass Saiyan, then it actually will make the ape go into his drop, so it won't shuffle back to his deck off the Zeno. So that's very important. So Chris needs to block this, but save it so he gets the apes back in his deck if possible. I don't think he can afford to take the hit here. Because if he gets Zenoed after taking 2 more cards, it's a big reset. And his hand is ridiculous right now. He has super combos, unbreakables. I think Chris was asking if he's using M2. Unfortunately, Danny can't use M2 against the apes. Actually, he can, yeah. They don't have barrier right now, so he actually can use it. Okay, so Chris is going to use 2 cards here to save it. Good play by Chris. Very good play by Chris. So Danny's going to awaken, should take Zeno. There it is. And should just chain attack into Zeno yet again. Awesome play by Danny. And resets the board again. Jeez. This deck is resilient. Now he wants to keep a blue open here, which could be to Sensu again. You know, he could be wanting to Sensu again into something else here in case he draws it. He did draw Sensu. And another Mass Saiyan. Pretty good. I couldn't see what else he drew. I mean, Sensu, Mass Saiyan, and something else. Okay, attacking 15k into Soul Striker 15k. Chris did draw a super combo. Guys, remember this deck was created by Colby Garrosh, which is another member of our team, Kitcho Meta. It wasn't created by Danny. Danny just chose to play it after seeing it being played. So, you know, obviously Danny is a very innovative player, but the credit to this deck does not go to Danny. All right, now he's attacking with. Now he could double strike off of this Zeno as well. So here he's going to. It does go to Warp, Darkson, if it's still in play at the end of turn, but it's not in play at the end of turn, so it doesn't go to Warp. It gets shuffled in before it goes to Warp. Since that trigger hits at the end of turn, if that makes sense. Similar to if like you kill it or something. Like if you play it out and then kill it, like it's the same thing. A lot of pressure being put on Chris here. Chris does have a couple dead draws in hand, but mostly just a bunch of really good defensive cards. Looks like he has another Unbreakable, another Piccolo. Let's see what Chris can do, taking his time. And Chris taking his time here. You have to take your time in these matches, guys. Oh, also it was announced, guys, that we are cutting to a top 32. It's been adjusted. Fantastic job by ARG to listen to the player feedback and make the adjustment. It shows their dedication to making the best possible event that they can. So we're having 9 rounds, cut to top 32. Oh, guys, remember that M2 does not lower the power for the rest of the turn. It's only for that battle. So it's only for the battle. So he could use it for the first attack, which, you know, obviously is good, but, you know, it's very, you want to use it, it's only on your turn, and it's only for the battle. So you want to use it in the best way you can. So here Chris is going to, like, just hard cast out the 5-drop, I think. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. With 1 energy open, 1 yellow open, which he can use to go get an ape. So this is 25k double strike into Danny's leader here. Danny, I think, at 4 life. Yes, this is a team tournament. Yep, this is a team battle. I believe the Team Wars final match is tomorrow. I believe. Yeah, because you get points through top cut, guys. So. Danny has Danny protecting the Xeno. Kind of surprised. Kind of surprised here. How does it work? So the way it works is, guys, you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a loss. Each person on your team. You have up to 6 people on the team. The lowest person on your team gets cut. And then after that, you go to the top 2 teams with the most points at the end of the finals compete for the team wars. Actually, Kitchen no Meta last round, all of our players won. So, good job by them. Okay, Danny drawing it. What appears to be a super combo for turn. Pretty powerful. Danny, remember, can give his leader double strike, which I believe Chris is at 2 life here. So Danny could really try to go all in here if he wanted. He does have access to Mass Saiyan, which is another double striker. So if Chris is in fact at 2, like I believe he is. Is it possible to put the team name next to the players? Oh yeah, it's something we might be able to look to. You know, we only have so much real estate though, guys. You know, we can't put their record, their deck, their team name. But we'll definitely try our best to, you know, do what we can. All right, so this is 20K double strike. This is 30K double strike. 40K double strike. Interesting that he chose Mass Saiyan. Oh, it's his never mind. His warp is gone, so he has to. So this is 20, 30, 40. 40K into 10K right now. To untap 2. Pan. So that is 15, 25, 35, 40, 45 into 10. So 45K into 10K. SS3 is at 10, 20, 30. Yes, Chris hardcasted the Vegeta. Yes. Chris did draw a negate, which is going to be probably important for the rest of this turn. We'll see. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40. And this is 50. He does have a negate though, so he can stop one attack though, but I can't see Danny's hand. It's possible Danny has like chain attack. Okay, into 5-drop here. He's gonna get a 5-drop from the Vegeta combo effect. This is 20, 30, 40. So Danny's at 50, so it's 50 to 50 right now, right? So 20, 30, 40, 50. So it's 50 to 50. Chris has to drop something else out of hand. Yeah, he's ditching Champa, which is interesting to me since that seems to be like one of the best cards next turn for him. Because Danny's at 4 life, so he can double strike next turn. He can double strike with the 25k ape and then Champa as leader. And Danny's just going to pass. I like this play by Danny. You know, he's made Chris dump a lot of cards out of his hand, which is really good. Now Danny gets to set back with a little bit of defense. It's going to be a lot harder for Chris to be able to knock him out of the game here. And here comes the Topo to counter the first double strike attack, which is very important. Okay, here comes Massan. Taking out that Topo. Send it straight to the warp. Chris with very little combo power in hand. Yeah, Danny's going to take this hit. He does have another Topo in hand, I believe. And draws Chain Attack Trunks in Zeno, I think, off that. So this is 25k, and he's just going to Topo again here. I like that play. Really good play by Danny. He wanted to take the first hit so he gets more cards in his hand than his opponent. His opponent has two cards. I feel like the only way Danny can kind of get blown out next turn is if he attacks with his leader first. So Danny's going to take that. No blockers for Chris, unfortunately. Those King Vegetas do not have blocker. Guys, I don't think the stream's down. Everything's green on our end here. Okay, Danny's going to attack with Topo here. Here comes Flying Nimbus. Is he going to pitch a card, though? Massan double strike is huge. Going to be able to get a super combo back from this. With one card in hand, that's pretty much game, I can imagine. So here's 20k. Goes to 20 to 30, 40, 50, draws another card. Sensu to untap one. 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. 65 double streak. That's game one, going to Danny. Very good. Very back and forth matchup. Like both at any time there, I felt like either player could have easily took that game away. Very, very powerful. Both players' decks are absolutely just disgustingly powerful. Like I said, now in sideboard, Danny has a lot more options to deal with apes, especially SS3 apes. The biggest problem with SS3 apes, they're more defensive than the yellow counterparts. So, you know, Mecha, Ginyu, they have to keep an energy open. They have to, you know, play a little bit slower. But they have access to Kobolus, which protects their apes once they come out. They also have access to Shigesh, which gets their barrier apes out sooner, which is very important. Now, SS3 apes are slower on their ape production, but they're more defensive. The problem here is that this is going to open up Chris, I think, to Danny's Bardock package. If you guys aren't aware of what the Bardock package is, Bardock is a 5-cost card that if it's Xeno evolved into another Bardock, your opponent has to send all of his battle cards to the warp. That's huge for Danny, and it's a very good tech card for this matchup. Yep, there you go. Fixing that name a little bit. Looks weird. Oh. So as it turns out, guys, we were a little off on the numbers here. We have actually 23 teams competing today, which is freaking awesome. That's freaking amazing. Almost as amazing as it being a freaking top 32. So we got that going on too. So it's top 32 in the house. And And so we have 23 teams, 312 players, 9 rounds, and top 32. Insane. I really feel sorry though for the other 21 teams. However, 'cause we all know Kitchtomet is taking it, so it's not fun for them. But what are you gonna do, right, G?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Why are they here?
Having such a great time. This has been one of my favorite events. It's been so much fun.
Dragonball Super players Chris Ocampo and Jesse Rodriguez. Can you please report to the front stage? Once again, Dragonball Super players Chris Ocampo and Jesse Rodriguez. Please report to the front stage.
Character's gonna die, but you still put cards to get them in the drop, so that way you can warp them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
Warp something,
Right. Yep. So what happened? I caught. Oh, it just. Danny just played the 4-cost double strike trunks and comboed out in one. I'm sorry, guys, if the stream's kind of dropping a little bit. I mean, there's nothing we could do on our end. It's all internet based. So these games are being recorded. They'll be up on the ARG YouTube channel. There are no PBG players. I see a question. King Raptor 22. Hey, Dusty, any PBG players at the event? Unfortunately, they weren't able to make it. Guys, we have a lot of events coming up soon. And unfortunately for the Miami guys, this event was probably about as far away as an event can be for them to have to travel. So, Plus they're scared. PBG's scared. I've had multiple PBG players message me and just go, you know what, we didn't come to this event because we just knew you guys were going to win. We're terrified. That actually never happened. I'm sorry, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, great guys. Wish they were here. We really miss them. We miss George, all those guys. Just fantastic people. Fantastic organization. Okay, so here we start off. Danny getting that turn 1 M2, very important in this matchup. Getting that's M2. All right, Chris comboing into the card. Take a life here.
Stacking the deck. Yeah, alright, you guys are gonna take it.
Danny getting his red and blue, really important. Well, deck only needs one blue to do what it wants to do.
Dragonball Super Team Large, Capacity, Toaster, Oven, report to the stage.
This is a really cool play by Danny here. This is one thing I like about this deck a lot. Now, so it mills 2 cards on turn 1 attack. So you attack, you mill 2 cards. On turn 2, you attack, mill 2 more. And then you play this Time Patrol Trunks here. Look at top 2, do whatever you want with it, attack with it. Your opponent can stop it, whatever. At the end of the turn, it warps, right? And so you've warped 4 cards into your warp, and at the end of the turn, this warps in. So now you have 5 cards in your warp. So on turn 2, you can now use your super combo. So now the black super combo is active now in the deck. Which is insane. It's one of the only decks in the format that can get a turn 2 super combo at 8 life. So it's just insane. Oh, Eddie Sitalaire, good luck to the KTM. I hope you guys win. Oh, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate Eddie. Dude, I'm serious. We really do miss you here. It's not the same without having the PPG guys here. They're like family. Once you come to these events, as many events as we have, you start expecting to see certain people there, you know what I mean? And when you don't see them, it feels really bad.
Miss George, Miss Ty.
Jordan, Peter, Eddie, Marcel, Chrisabella. I mean, these are guys that we see at every event. And just think, this thing's not seeing them. How much time left in the round? Not sure, guys. The stream is always on a different time schedule than the actual rounds. So it's always hard for me to tell exactly how much time is left in the current round for those people. Yeah, actually, John's playing a mirror deck right now, guys. Yeah, he's playing a mirror deck in this event. Dan doing a good job staying at a high life total here. Attacking 10k into Chris's leader here. Now what's interesting here is Danny can use this M2 Okay, Danny did mill a 3 super combos in hand.
Time around. Once again, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cordless players, that is time in the round.
Danny, I think, is like... Let's see what's going to happen here. TOP Trunks going to warp those. Now, what's really cool here is Danny warped a Zeno here. Actually puts the Zeno back in his hand, which means he's actually threatened Zeno next turn. Which has to be so scary if you're playing if you're Chris here. It's just like, man, this deck just has so many different ways to make sure it has Zeno. It's much more consistent. And he's gonna go 20k, draw a card, gets the chain attack Trunks off that draw. So now he has the whole combo in hand. It's gonna happen next turn. So he's at 30k right now, double strike. Okay, Chris using 2 cards out of his hand here to stop that attack. You guys are asking what the advantage is running Mira over androids. I actually like androids better in almost every aspect. However, with that being said, Mira does have advantages as well. It has more threats because it can overwhelm almost every turn, which is very powerful. It also has more resilience to android's worst matchup as well, which is going to be interesting here. So Chris is using Mecha Frieza here, but with no targets. All right, so here's 20k crit coming in. All right, so super combo to go to 20 here. Draw a card, gets Topo. That means Danny could Sensu, ready the 2 energy, and then Topo another attack. Pretty cool. Uses Bardock. All right, so here's 20k coming in from Chris again. 20k critical. Super combo into what appears to be Scientist Fu. Let's see what Danny's going to play down here. Okay, and 2-drop Trunks. And here comes leader attack, 15k into 10k. Mecha Freaks are going to be pretty hard for Danny to deal with here, though. It does have dual attack, double strike right now. I believe Chris pitched a card. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I think he did. Actually, maybe he didn't. All right, so he's going to combo with this. He's going to go 25k. He's just trying so hard to do any damage he can to Danny. Yeah, you don't have to pitch for double strike. I'm sorry, guys, but you have to pitch for dual attack, which is what which I think is the more pressing issue here. 1 double strike isn't terrible, but dual attack double strike actually could be pretty hard for Danny to deal with here. Super combo going to 25k double. Danny's going to go to 20. 30. And Chris is going to attack again. See what Chris decides to do here. See if he's going to combo any in this attack. I actually think Chris is saying I'm not going to combo now. Danny's going to take the hit. Gets Sensu Bean, which is pretty powerful. Danny's charging M2 here. Looks like he actually got a counterspell, Sensu Bean, and definitely has topos and stuff. If Danny could just hang on for one more turn, it's possible that he could just try to actually Bardock instead of using Zeno. I feel like Chain Tag Zeno here isn't the worst play, but it's definitely far from ideal for Danny. I don't think it's really what Danny wants to see. Legacy Invader says, will the stream only be Dragon Ball? Yes, this stream will only be Dragon Ball. But if you want to see Yu-Gi-Oh, you guys can go to the ARG Circuit Series Facebook group. And there you can watch another match being streamed live on Facebook for Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, Force of Will, all your other favorite games. All right there on the ARG Circuit Series Facebook group. Ooh, Danny's playing Scientist Fu, going to draw 2 cards here. Gets Kaba. And Topo. Pretty good. Hey man, how's it going? Danny's going to get back another super combo here with his Awaken ability. There we go, 25k double strike. And Chris is going to actually pitching a March. Interesting. Interesting discard there because Chris only has 3 cards in hand. Yeah, Danny might just actually just go for the Bardock combo here. Actually, it's four cards in hand. Another Mecha being one of them. So it's 15k. Man, I can't believe he pitched March. That card is so good in the Zeno. Like, recovering from the Zeno. And now that it's in his drop area, he can't ever get it back. So 4 cards in his hand. Draws a chomp off that. Very grindy game here. Chris going down to 3 cards in hand. Danny has a lot of tools to be able to survive next turn, though. He actually has Topo Sensu Topo in hands. Like I said, Mass Saiyan, I'm sorry, Xeno Bardock has the ability to come down next turn as well. I couldn't imagine Chris being able to recover from that. So here's 20k critical. Huh, interesting play by Danny. Sensu being there is kind of weird, but it's okay. He goes up to 20k, stops it with a 5k. Because I believe Danny has double Topo in hand. He's not going to be able to play both Topos. Now, okay, counter for the second one. Okay, Chris actually draws a combo off that attack. Still getting a decent amount of defense here. So he goes up to 25k. I kind of expect... So Danny must be at 3 life here because Chris's plays make me think that Danny is at 3 life, because what he's trying to do is do 1 damage to Danny, so that way his Mecha Frieza in hand can get through with damage. So he wants to hit Danny. If I was Danny, I'd almost take this. He goes up to 30. All right, and he stops it. Chris with very few resources in hand and low on life. Danny having the same problem, though. Having a Zeno in hand is like having no hand at all. We'll see what happens, though. So here comes the mecha attack with the Piccolo. It looks like Chris is just kind of all in here. Maybe he just realizes he's possibly dead next turn. This is a very interesting line of play.
Attention Dragon Ball Super players, that is time in the round. Please proceed to end of match procedures. If you do not know what this is, please raise your hand and call a judge.
Can you pull this card up for me? Just go to dbsdex.com. dbs-dex.com. dbs-dex. Okay, that's the turn. Okay. Chris with very few cards in hand, and Danny just drew the Zeno Bardock. So, all Danny needs to do is have the 4-cost Bardock, and he actually can just Zeno Bardock his opponent's entire board away. Are these still going to be on the KTM YouTube channel? They will not be. No. They will be on the ARG YouTube channel, guys. So what Danny has to figure out here, I don't think he has the Bardock is the problem. Okay, Danny's going to attack 20k into Chris's Mecha Frieza, and Chris is going to counter and ditch. With one card in hand, Danny can actually remove quite a few. Okay, so Chris is going to block with an ape here. So now he's going to Sensu Bean. Kills the ape. That's actually a really good attack by Danny. If he can kill this Frieza, I think he's okay. Chris only has one card in hand, which is pretty important. Danny draws Pan. Not a bad, actually not a bad card just to play out possibly as a blocker to make sure he survives next turn. Kills that. I think if I was Danny, I would just play out Pan. It's a little like risky, I guess, because you're not getting that 5k, but you are getting a blocker, which he's going to do here. Yeah. So that means it's going to be a lot harder for your opponent to kill you next turn. Man, I can't believe Danny drew that 5-drop Bardock and didn't have the 4-cost the overwhelm Bardock in hand. If he did, I think that turn this game would have just been a blowout. But Chris did a good job with the counter, though. Chris had the counter, so that would have saved him a lot. But losing your entire board, only having like one card in hand, would be pretty rough. Though it looks like he did draw. So. Yeah, so I'm actually not sure what happened right there. I'm not sure if Chris just knew he couldn't win and just decided to show him what was in Danny's hand. or Chris just won a. I'm gonna look at this match slip and see. And it's off frame now. I think Chris conceded. I think, but I'm not sure. Can you go for me to see who won? Oh yeah, it's just a draw. It's a draw, it looks like. Yeah, Chris wanted to draw. Okay. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. I'm pretty sure that's what I think they drew. I think they drew. Draw. I thought so. Okay. Yeah, so that was a draw, guys. Not too bad. Worked out pretty good. Not too bad. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for us. We're getting ready for the next round. Like I said, we did hit time. So we're going to get ready and get this next match started. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys very soon. Love you guys very much. See you next time, guys.
Fighters are teaming up all the time in Dragon Ball Z. Now players can team up in the real world too.
The ARG Circuit Series is proud to present Team Wars.
ARG will track your 6-person team's progress throughout the entire Dragon Ball Series circuit event. They'll tally the scores for each team through the finals. Teams earn points for every win. Each team accumulates points for their team every round. A win nets you 3 points, a draw 1 point, no points for a loss. The 2 highest scoring teams will face off on ARG's Twitch channel after the Circuit Series main event live.
Each team can have a maximum of 6 players, and each player must wear a matching shirt or jersey. For a full list of rules and prizes, go to argcircuitseries.com and look for Team Wars under the Dragon Ball Super category. A Saint has no limits. Do you? Prove to the world that your team is the best by participating at the ARG Circuit Series Team Wars.
Thank you.